Frightening headline, an ABC News exclusive. Al-Qaeda operatives living right here in the United States, slipping through the cracks of a refugee program. ABC's Brian Ross is here much more. I know you've been investigating this, Brian. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Robin. The FBI is now investigating whether dozens of Al-Qaeda terrorists with American blood on their hands from Iraq and Afghanistan have been able to move to the U.S. claiming to be refugees. It's the result of what an ABC News investigation found was a flawed system of U.S. background checks that came to light in a case of Al-Qaeda in Kentucky. The city of Bowling Green, Kentucky seemed far removed from concerns about terrorists until the FBI discovered that two Al-Qaeda terrorists from Iraq had been resettled here 2 years ago as refugees and were caught trying to obtain weapons to be used to kill more Americans. In this video being seen publicly for the first time this morning.
I think they wanted to kill Americans, but I think they wanted the freedoms that America provided to them.
Before coming to Kentucky, the two were part of an Al-Qaeda-connected group that carried out dozens of attacks on U.S. soldiers in Iraq.
He said that he had them for lunch and dinner, and meaning that he had killed them.
Including one roadside bomb that killed 4 members of the Pennsylvania National Guard.
I think these two individuals specifically are innately evil.
Yet the two terrorists, Mohammed Hamadi and Wad Al-Wan, were able to get through what an ABC News investigation discovered was a flawed U.S. system of background checks, even though both men had been detained by Iraqi authorities on suspicion of being insurgents.
If you're asking my opinion, I would say the system failed. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been here in the first place.
A big breakthrough in the case came from this warehouse outside Washington, an FBI repository of some 100,000 bombs used against American targets around the world.
This is a box that contains the device.
FBI technicians poring over the remnants were able to match the fingerprints on a roadside bomb recovered in Iraq 8 years ago with Al-Wan in Kentucky.
Yeah, you can see right here.
What was that like when you made the match?
The whole team was ecstatic because it was like finding a needle in a haystack.
And now the FBI says there could be dozens of others in the U.S. whose fingerprints may also be somewhere on the bomb parts stored here.
We are currently supporting dozens of current counterterrorism investigations like that.
Dozens of cases?
Correct.
Where you're looking for prints of people who are in this country now?
That's correct.
The discovery of Al-Qaeda in Kentucky led to a 6-month suspension of the refugee program, which has allowed tens of thousands of legitimate Iraqi refugees to come here. And now the immigration service says it has substantially tightened security and background checks. And as to whether any other terrorists got through after the barn door was closed, officials say there are a lot of retroactive checkings going on right now.
I'm sure there are, but boy, when you see the fingerprints and the way they were able to check like that.
A huge operation there, going through 14,000 fingerprint matches for that one bomb alone, and they found the prints from 8 years ago.
Hard at work. All right, Brian, thank you.